The automotive industry faced some unique circumstances in 2020 between COVID, factory shutdowns, dealers not having inventory, and now we have a chip shortage, and that impacts you when you're going to get vehicles. But there's more. There are changes and trends that you need to expect in the auto industry because they're coming your way, whether you like it or not. And together with bestcompany.com, they asked some leading automotive experts to get some of the biggest trends so that you can be prepared for what's coming to your dealership and what you're going to be seeing on the road in the future. Many of the trends and changes are focused on autonomous car and car inventory and sales, which we cover all the time to give you car smarts. And the digital vehicle buying experience, that's changing, as well as electric vehicle advancement and new vehicle technology. There's going to be a lot of changes coming your way. But how will that affect you? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix. If this is your first time to the channel, we give you a lot more than car reviews and first looks at new vehicles. We give you car smarts because we believe knowledge is power. Make sure to subscribe and click that little bell so you don't miss anything. Here's an overview of the top automotive trends that are going to impact you. Starting with autonomous cars. There's interest in autonomous cars, but honestly, there's no such thing as that, and nor will it be available in 2021. Also looking for a new vehicle, there'll be incentives on the latter part of the year as dealerships start to restock their inventory, and the chip shortage hopefully will go away. The pandemic restrictions have shifted the focus to digital car buying experiences, and so dealerships are starting to shift to digital physical car buying strategies. New environmental initiatives and government incentives are expected to fuel the electric vehicle market. And 5G connectivity on the internet will improve automakers' processing and provide new connectivity and tools for drivers. Now let's take a little bit of a deeper look. You want to stay till the end because I'll give you the bottom line. Many car brands have joined the race to create the first autonomous vehicle. However, experts are predicting, and I agree with this, fully autonomous cars are not going to be here for at least 5 to 10 years. And investing in autonomous solutions is really expensive and it's risky because we don't know if people are going to buy them and how is that going to impact the economy. And then there's the ethical issues that continue to be major obstacles for programming autonomous vehicles to keep passenger cars and other road occupants safe. You have to make those choices when you build a computer. There are several new vehicles that have autonomous settings, such as lane change departure, collision avoidance, adaptive cruise control, street sign recognition, and so forth. But these features are not autonomous. They require you to pay attention. We talk about this when we review our cars, which you can check out on our channel, but it's about improving your safety. And some automakers, you're gonna hear, oh yeah, I'm gonna hear you say Tesla, Cadillac, Ford, Mercedes, Benz, and Audi. They sell autonomous autopilot type features. They're not self-driving. They enable you to maybe take your hands off the wheel for a short period of time, but with all the artificial intelligence guidelines, these vehicles are not self-driving, so don't trust them. And beyond that, they don't work in all weather conditions in different terrains, so you need to be paying attention behind the wheel. Consumers do have some interest in autonomous vehicles. Many choose to upgrade with self-driving features, but just be aware these cars are not autonomous settings, and often they're very expensive over the basic models. And in addition, many people buy it, they show their friends and go, isn't this cool? And then they never use it again. You'll see that a lot when it comes to like self-parking cars and things like that. COVID and chip shortage has caused dealers to struggle getting new vehicles, and the impact of low inventory will have a direct impact on both dealerships and consumers. So how does that affect you? This means increased costs of used cars, and there are not a lot of deals on new cars. Why is that? Because as of January 2021, major car manufacturers are experiencing a chip shortage crisis that's used for electronics. Semiconductor chips are used to power critical vehicle components like brakes and power steering, kind of critical, as well as infotainment systems and all those cool huge screens we love. And high-end models with complex inner workings require semiconductor chips to operate, and there's a shortage, and consumers can expect to see delays in vehicle launches for new 2021 models. You'll see them coming out later in the year, and we'll expect to see an inventory buildup on the latter half of the year if you can wait. We're always trying to help you save money and give you car smarts. Don't forget to check out this video up here. And the era of digital car buying has become very commonplace because of the concerns of safety. It's a driving factor for digital car buying markets, and the opportunity to find the perfect vehicle without spending hours and hours on the lot and dealing with salespeople. This has created a demand, and consumers are spending more time online looking at reviews like ours and other people, but they're also looking at dealer lots and online sites like Carvana, Car Gurus, Vroom, CarMax, and others, because there are new and used vehicles that you can peruse whenever you want. There are some ways to save money when buying a new car. You can check out our videos or check out my book, Lauren Fix's Guide to Loving Your Car. There's a link down below. Government regulations have also been steering consumers towards electric or plug-in cars. Consumers continue to purchase diesel, gas, and traditional hybrid vehicles, but the electric car market faces a lot of obstacles, such as a lack of charging stations, high prices, and experimental technology. Currently, government incentives may be the only factor that are strong enough to help grow that electric vehicle car market. Substantial initiatives are pushing more auto manufacturers to produce eco-friendly vehicles, and companies are producing cars, trucks, and SUVs, and they're trying to pivot to this direction because there's large incentives, but they also want to be sustainable. However, auto manufacturers must balance these new initiatives with current customer demand, because if you don't want it, they're not making any profits. Now, currently, it's about 2% of sales last year of 15.5 million vehicles. Not as much as they'd like. After the deep freeze in Texas, those people that owned electric plug-in cars, they were kind of frustrated, and they might be rethinking their next vehicle choice. I foresee a shift to electric vehicle production due to the corporate average fuel economy called CAFE standards, and this is being forced on manufacturers to make this change whether they wanted to or not. Manufacturers need to increase their corporate average fuel economy by 1.5% per year. And automakers are expected to increase their fuel economy and decrease their carbon emissions by an additional 1.5% per year. And these regulations are set in place for 2021 through 2026. But the government continues to put pressure on automotive companies to create reliable vehicles with fewer environmental impacts. Other emission reduction initiatives are expected to follow. The current administration plans to deploy close to 500,000 charging stations across the United States to make charging more accessible to everyone. Now, other future initiatives include replacing the federal vehicle fleet with electric vehicles and increasing the electric vehicle tax credit for consumers. A prospective car buyer may want to consider some of these upcoming incentives for electric vehicles, but also you want to check with your insurance company because it's higher rates than their comparable gasoline-powered vehicles. Companies are also rolling out 5G technology networks to cities across the United States. Drivers can expect better integration between their phone and their car and their infotainment systems, and that's great. But also that increased Wi-Fi availability means we can increase some of the technology and the safety features to make things better for you and safer on the road. Here's the bottom line. If you're looking for a vehicle, whether it be new or used, you might want to wait. Used car prices are high and the inventory for vehicles is short because of the chip shortage. Now, the second half of the year will also have some good incentives as inventories increase on the dealer lots, and then they'll be more willing to negotiate some of those great incentives that are coming your way. If you're not sure which vehicle you'd like, don't forget to check out our website, carcoachreports.com. It's in English and in Spanish. We have some new contributors as well. We review cars, we give you great information so that when you do go to the dealership, you know what you're going to buy and you don't have buyer's remorse. If you got value from this video, give it a like and subscribe. And if you want more information on trends that are coming out, check out bestcompany.com. There's a link to that article down below. And if you have additional questions that we didn't address, you can put that in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer. More technology and new cars are coming out every day. We cover that on our social media. You can follow me on all platforms at Lauren Fix. Check out our new podcast, Total Car Score. It's with Carl Brower and Javier Mota. We're having a great time, and we're putting out some information you're not going to get anywhere else as we interview some pretty cool people. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.